Welcome. Story 1. I'm a 26-year-old woman. A few days ago, I cheated on my boyfriend with one of my ex-boyfriends whom I had dated for 2 years, and had a brief friends with benefits situation with shortly before me and my current boyfriend became exclusive. I have ADHD, and throughout my life, I've struggled to maintain friendships and relationships. Unfortunately, I lost many friends while growing up because some found me overwhelming. And I admit my impulse control isn't the best. I know my mental health problems aren't an excuse, but I feel they explain why I did what I did. Anyway, last year, I started a new job, and everything seemed perfect. I made some great new friends, and life was going well. But then, my ex reached out to me through a message, and foolishly, I replied. We started texting back and forth, and recently he asked if we could meet up. At that time, thoughts of him were still lingering in my mind, and even though I was focused on my current relationship and the new friends I had made, which made me decide to meet him. When we met, he avoided discussing our past and only talked about the present. He suggested going to my house for old time's sake, and I felt somewhat pressured to agree. Once we were at my house, he acted in a way that could be described as seductive, and it caught me off guard when he kissed me. My head cleared up at that point, and I realized what I was doing, so I asked him to leave. And after he was gone, I struggled with the guilt and conflict between my feelings for my boyfriend and the memories of my ex. I met my ex in the sophomore year at college, and we had such an intense love. I love my current partner with all my being. He's caring, mature, stable, has a promising future, but we just don't have that fire my ex and I shared. Some of y'all would call it puppy love, but in those moments, I felt feeling those feelings again with him was worth it all. It was what I felt at the moment, but now I feel it was extremely wrong to do so. The next day, I invited my ex over again to tell him that I couldn't continue this behavior because I truly cared about my current relationship. He was upset with me, but I was clear about my intentions. But all the old feelings came rushing back, and we slept together. It was after such a long time and felt magical. The next day, my ex suggested he come over to my place again. Even though I complied, it didn't feel right about everything that had transpired between us. Feeling stressed, I ended our thing midway and asked him to leave because I needed time to clear my head, and spent an hour contemplating what to do. Eventually, I decided to confess everything to my boyfriend. So I called him and went over to his house. I laid out the truth, admitting that I loved only him and had no desire to be with my ex, which was genuine. He was in shock, and I think many of you can guess what happened next. There was a lot of yelling, and I don't even know if we're still together or not. I feel even if he forgave me, I feel that his feelings for me would change dramatically, and that's why I feel the relationship might not last. Unfortunately, my friends confirmed my fears, saying that the relationship wouldn't survive. I would like to hear everybody's opinions about my situation too. Update. So, in the following days, everything became confusing for me, and I was still conflicted if we were still together or not. He never broke up with me, he just stopped all communications with me and wouldn't even read my messages. So I confided in my friends about it, and they urged me to confirm. As predicted, my boyfriend answered one time when I used a different number, and told me that he had lost all interest in me since the day of my confession, and that he had no idea why I was still hung up on the idea of us because there's no us anymore. It hurt, and I realized the impact of my actions. I had cheated on someone I deeply cared for. Now, a week has passed, but the guilt and regret still weighs heavily on me. I'm depressed, lonely, and I've lost all my friends too. The point I want to make here is that no matter how tempting cheating might be at the moment, it's not worth it in the long run. I'm sharing this with random people on the internet because I have no one else to talk to about it. I hope my story can serve as a lesson to others. I never imagined we would end like this. Comments. The best course of action now is to focus on moving forward and avoiding such mistakes in the future. Given your age, you have ample time to improve in handling these situations. It's commendable that you were honest and apologized, which was the right thing to do. Feeling remorseful about hurting someone shows that you have a sense of responsibility, and that's a positive sign. Keep learning and growing from this experience. The past cannot be altered. The only option is to work on moving forward. View this as a learning opportunity to grow as an individual and ensure that such a mistake is never repeated. Furthermore, never enter into a relationship if you still have unresolved feelings for someone else. Your partner deserves your complete focus and commitment. Regarding your friendships, perhaps it's time to explore new connections. Putting yourself out there may lead you to find new companions, alleviating feelings of loneliness. I genuinely hope you can progress and find solace soon. Take care. Story 2. I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for almost a year now, but recently I made a terrible decision to cheat on him. As soon as it happened, I couldn't bear the guilt, so I mustered up the courage to confess my mistake to him. I approached the conversation with caution, knowing how difficult it would be for both of us. He asked for details about what happened, and as uncomfortable as it was, I felt it was necessary to be honest with him. I want to emphasize that I truly love and appreciate my partner, but at the time of the incident, I was feeling incredibly lonely. Our relationship is long distance, and although the moments we spend together are beautiful, the physical distance can sometimes take a toll on our emotional connection. My mind wasn't in the right place during the act, and I instantly regretted it. All I wanted was to come clean and be truthful with him. We met after I confessed, and it led to several emotional discussions and arguments. Eventually, we ended up going to the beach at night where we talked, cried, and even got drunk. In the midst of all the emotions, we ended up having sex in the car. He expressed that we could still spend time together, offering a glimmer of hope, but a few days later he became upset again and told me he doesn't want to see me for now. I'm desperately trying to fix things, but I also understand the need to give him space and time to process everything. I feel torn and devastated by the fact that I betrayed his trust. Our relationship was incredibly serious, and we had discussed the possibility of marriage and even having kids together. Now, I find myself unsure about our future together. The gravity of my mistake is haunting me, and I deeply regret what I've done. I'm fully aware that I've damaged the foundation of our relationship, and I'm doing everything I can to make amends and earn back his trust. It's going to be a challenging journey, and I can't predict the outcome, but I'm committed to showing him how much he means to me and proving that I've learned from this terrible mistake. Comments. I completely understand and empathize with your situation. If I were in his shoes, it would be challenging to fully trust again, even if you never lied again. There may be underlying issues that need to be addressed. If he's feeling numbness in bed, it's a significant sign that the relationship might not be sustainable. It might be better to consider ending things now rather than going through a painful divorce later. I want to prepare you for the possibility that he may decide to end the relationship after taking time to think. I say this from personal experience, as I've been in a similar position. I genuinely wish you the best, and it's essential to understand that he might need time apart to figure things out, and that could involve being in a relationship with someone else before potentially coming back to you. Having been through a similar situation and cheating, I understand that you must respect his feelings and let him take the lead. It's crucial to delve into why you cheated. For me, it was about wanting to end the relationship but lacking the courage or dealing with insecurities. Moving forward, it's essential to genuinely understand the reasons behind your actions, as it's not solely about loneliness. Use this experience as an opportunity to transform yourself and learn from it, regardless of the outcome of your relationship. You cannot control whether you'll get back together or fix things, but you can focus on personal growth and learning for your own well-being. Within a year of being in a long-distance relationship, cheating is a clear indication that this relationship might not be meant to last. It's crucial to explore healthier coping mechanisms and avoid cheating in future relationships. Respect his decision to block you and give him space until he's ready to communicate again. Be prepared for the possibility that he might choose to end the relationship.